What's up, everybody? All right, guys. So the other day, I finally got in the Ben Baller Mike Trout. It's a beautiful card. I was laughing to myself earlier because so I bought this card and I accidentally bought a second Ben Baller, and I bought these for $25 a piece. And I watched as they went up to $200, and but by the time I got them in the mail, they were $50 cards. But just the craziness of Topps Project 2020. And by the way, it did come with with the case, which was very exciting. So Topps Project 2020. The whole reason why I bought this card was because I thought it would look cool next to the Mike Trout, the 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout. For those of you guys that are familiar, Ben Baller, who's the artist of this particular card, is known for the jewelry that he does. And he does all kinds of diamond, necklaces and things like that for like Kanye West and stuff. So I thought it would be cool to have the Ben Baller Mike Trout to go with the Mike Trout Diamond Anniversary card. And they kind of go, together. These two cards, I think they look really nice together. So made me think, like, what other cards out there that have that, they look so good together. And I just pulled out, some examples that I could find. But I'm sure I'd love to hear you guys in the comments of cards that you think that just kind of go together. So let me just show you an example. So the 1955 Topps, Sandy Koufax and Roberto Clemente. These two cards look fantastic together. It's almost like, I don't know. So this also kind of came up. This kind of came up because I saw Scotty Tradition. He's a fellow YouTuber. He just got both of these cards, I think in like very similar grades, 3.5, 4. And then I saw Bob Lewis, by the way, who's another YouTuber that turned a McGwire Topps Project 2020, basically a reprint 87 Topps McGwire card, into a Roberto Clemente and a PSA 1, which I thought was unbelievable. That's just the craziness, again, of Topps Project 2020, to be able to turn basically a reprint into a 55 Clemente rookie in one of the greatest PSA 1s I've ever seen. So anyway, two cards that I think look really good together. And again, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Here are two cards I just thought they look really nice together. The 59 Topps Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays. Look at that. Those two cards together look beautiful. Here we go with the, how about the 1983 Topps Tony Gwynn and Wade Boggs, two of the bigger cards from 83. Of course, there's the Ryan Sandberg, but both cards, it's like where they're running, both rookie cards, both guys that hit for average. Year after year, Wade Boggs and Tony Gwynn, it was just like no big deal for them to hit well over 300 into like the 350s. So these two Hall of Famers, I think, go perfectly together from the 83 Topps set. How about these two cards? Part of the reason why I wanted to get the Cap Anson was the King Kelly. Look at these two cards together, and I'd love to get the whole set, but these two cards in particular are two of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen, and they're from 1888, if you can imagine that. So the King Kelly and the Cap Anson Goodwin Champions cards together. I don't know, they just look fantastic together. Here's another two cards that will go down over the next 10 to 15 years. It'll be very interesting to see. I feel like these two go together. The 2018 Topps Update, Soto and Acuna. And I know people are already comparing the two. It's funny when people say that Soto is younger than Acuna. He's younger by like 10 months. It's not like that big of a difference. They're basically the same age. And they're both really young. They're both like 21, 22 years old, and they've already, made their mark in baseball. But it'll be very interesting to see what will happen over the next 15 years with these two players. Hopefully they get a chance to play this year. It's starting to look like could be bigger and bigger of an issue. All right, on to 2019 Topps Chrome. I like putting these two together basically because you have the Vladimir Guerrero, who had these incredible expectations and had a decent year last year. And then you have Pete Alonso, who had zero expectations for the Mets and then was just unbelievable last year, breaking Aaron Judge's home run record, which is absolutely amazing. How about the next two from the 56 top set, the Ted Williams and the Mickey Mantle. And I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I believe this is the year that Ted Williams hit 406 and didn't win the MVP. It went to Mickey Mantle. And just putting these two together, Yankees, Red Sox, Mickey Mantle, who won the MVP, Ted Williams hitting 406 and not winning the MVP. Still to this day is just absolutely amazing. But these two cards, beautiful together. All right. There's some more cards. How about this? How about these two cards? The 93 and the 94 SP cards might go down as the two most important SP cards. These foil cards, which are impossible to get, graded. This even in a PSA 8 is tough. For the A-Rod card, the Jeter in a PSA 9. And of course, the history between Jeter and A-Rod, where they, at one point were like best friends, to the point where they, kind of were, there was a lot of going on in the media where they weren't getting along. Now they kind of are acquaintances a little bit. And then, of course, the different trajectories that these, A-Rod putting up much better stats, moving over to third base for Jeter. But at the end of the day, A-Rod, with all the steroid use, and Jeter being one vote shy of a unanimous Hall of Fame induction, whereas A-Rod, who knows if he'll ever get into the Hall of Fame, but both the Yankees at one point, obviously, and winning a World Series together in 2009. So two really cool cards there. How about this? So if you're a Sapphire fan, these are the two biggest Sapphire cards. These are well, let me put it this way. These are my two favorite Sapphire cards from 2018 Topps Sapphire. And so you got the Glaber and the Acuna from 2018. Of course, you have the Tatis, the Vlad from 2019. I know Aaron Judge has a Sapphire card, but these two cards together look amazing. But my favorite set, I really liked the 2018 Sapphire set. I was not a fan in 2019 when they didn't, I don't know, I feel like Sapphire should be blue, but they decided that they didn't need to do them in blue anymore. But love these two cards together. So, all right, let's see what else we got. How about the Buster Posey? This is kind of random, but the Buster Posey 2010 Bowman Sterling and the Madison Bumgarner, two fantastic Giants together, and these look really nice. Two 10s. This one got a pristine 10. This one got a PSA 10. But two, and Bumgarner basically carried the Giants to that one World Series in particular, where he was just amazing. And then Buster Posey, who looks like he's onto a Hall of Fame career, but we'll probably need to put a couple more seasons together. But really nice looking for the Giants. I put these cards together. How about these two guys from the T206 set, Cy Young and Walter Johnson, who might go down as the greatest pitchers of all time. Walter Johnson, if you look at his numbers, he absolutely deserves to be considered the greatest pitcher of all time. And then, of course, the award, the Cy Young Award, is named after Cy Young, obviously, who accumulated stats that will probably never be broken. So then you have this guy, and then, of course, the Rube Waddell. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Three great pitchers from the 1910s. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't have these two guys together. Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth from the 33 Gaudy set. Look at those two cards. Absolutely beautiful. Two cards that are probably undervalued in my opinion. 33 Gaudy Lou Gehrig and 33 Gaudy Babe Ruth. Back when they played together, batted number 3 and number 4 together. Actually, it should be the other way around, right, guys? Number 3 and number 4. All right, let's see. Next, we have the Mickey Mantle and the Willie Mays rookie. I just felt like these two cards belong together. The Willie Mays and the Mickey Mantle rookie, both from 1951 Bowman. Just feel like they kind of go together. Just beautiful, beautiful cards. Now, a lot of people might argue that the 51 Bowman Mantle goes with the 52 Topps Mantle, but I think the Mays and the Mantle look fantastic together. Both horizontal cards there. Next up, obviously needed to get these cards in there because I'm a huge Don Mattingly fan. The 84 Donruss and the 84 Topps Tiffany. Mattingly, two of the biggest cards of all time. If you're a Donnie baseball fan like I am, can't get any bigger than this. The 84 Donruss and the 84 Topps Tiffany Mattingly, and both in a PSA 10. Those are beautiful cards. How about, of course, speaking of the 52 Mantle, I put the 52 Mantle Topps and the 52 Bowman together. Two amazing cards from 1952. And you can see that the crease there. But beautiful cards there. Let me back it up a little bit so that they look a little nicer. 52 Bowman and 52 Topps Mantle. But by the way, this card can still be had for pretty cheap, which is pretty shocking. Not that cheap, but you guys know what I mean. How about the 87 Topps and the 87 Topps Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire, and the Bash Brothers in that, I don't know, puke green. Two really cool cards. These 80s, the 80s cards are going absolutely bananas. And of course, the Topps Project card is based off of this Mark McGwire card. This is where I get kind of silly. So I did the Craig Biggio and the Ultimate Warrior. I felt like those two go well together. How about, let's see, the two sport athletes that don't get a lot of recognition. Deion Sanders and Danny Ainge. Everyone talks about my man Bo Jackson in the background. But Deion Sanders was a decent baseball player, was a fantastic football player. And then Danny Ainge, great basketball player, and supposedly a top draft pick by the Blue Jays. So two awesome two-sport athletes that I just decided to put together. How about the Greg Jeffries and the Chicken? So, I don't know. How about, let's see, the both cards, Joe Morgan rookie and the Steve Carlton rookie from the 1965 Topps set. Both horizontal cards, very cool looking cards there. How about the, I decided to put these two cards together because this is the most iconic 82 Topps Ripken card. And of course, his brother, Bill Ripken, the 89 Fleer F-Face card. So two cards that go great together. And then finally, two cards that I decided to put together, the 84 Fleer Update Puckett and Roger Clemens. Again, Puckett in the Hall of Fame. Clemens, who knows if he'll ever get there. By the way, this card is now going for $2,100. And it just, it makes you wonder, maybe I should sell it. I'm not sure what to do with it at this point, but I'm holding on to it for now. I guess the problem is if I sell this card, I'm going to just end up buying another card, so. But anyway, those are some perfect pairs. I'd love to get your guys' opinion. What are some cards? The first card that comes to mind that is the George Brett and the Robin Yount rookies. I don't have the Robin Yount rookie card, otherwise I would have put those two together. But tell me, what two cards do you guys feel like kind of go together? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm sure I missed thousands of pairs that I could have put together. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.